Hello everyone. Welcome to another session of Adobe Photoshop tutorial for absolute beginners. Just for a quick recap, in our previous session we talked about the general overview of the Photoshop interface, and also we talked about how to create a document in Photoshop. In this lesson, we are going to talk about how to import files into Photoshop. And without wasting any much time, let's get started. All right. Now, to import files into Photoshop, just come to File, click Open, and then navigate to where your file is in your maybe Windows, wherever it is. Just navigate to it. For mine, I want my files are located in desktop, so I'll come to desktop, navigate to it. It's just a bunch of themes that I want to import into Photoshop for the sake of this tutorial. So here they are. So then I want to select this. So you select it, highlight maybe two of it, and then we click open. Good. Now there is something just happened here and I want to show you. You see, for the starters we were here, and then we were importing our file into our work area. We actually wanted the file to appear. We intended the file to appear here. Okay. Now the files ended up opening in different documents. That is because when you use the open command, it drops all your files into separate documents. Okay, but that is not what we wanted. That is not what we intended to happen. What we actually wanted to happen right now is to import your files into this workspace, into this work area. How do we do that? To do that is simply easy. Just simply come to this side and then hit place. Then another window will open. Then click the file you want to open and then come to place. Now there we are, we have it right there. Now if you want to import another work, you can just come to place and then import whatever you want, hit place, and then it comes. Then hit the check mark. Always remember, anytime you import something, don't forget to hit the check mark at the top. Okay, all right. Now there is something I want to also draw your attention to when you are importing files into Photoshop. Okay, now let's go back to the Control O. Let's go back to the open command. If you use this command, you could see that if you want to select something, let's select this. You could select multiple of them and then import it into Photoshop, right, into your work area. But if you come here and you are using the place command, you see, if you hit this, if you want to select multiple works, you cannot select. You can just simply you just can't select, and I don't know why that happens, but you just can't select. Now, because of the drawback that this particular command has, I don't really like using it because it doesn't make works very efficient for me. So because of that, I mostly love to go with the drag and drop method, okay, which I'm about to show you right now. Now to do that, let's just close all this. All right, we're closing everything. Okay, now let's go back to our desktop, navigate to where the file you want, the folder to wherever the file is, where the file you want to import, wherever it is, navigate to that place, and then just drag. You can equally drag, or maybe just hold shift and then continue to click. So we are selecting 4 of it. Okay, now click on any part and then continue holding and then drag it right into Photoshop. Now make sure you bring your mouse cursor point to the intended place you want to put it, and then leave it. After leaving it, hit the check mark. Since it is 4 document, we have to hit the check mark 4 times. Okay, and then finally the 4th one. Now we are done hitting the check mark. You see that all of them have appeared here, but why is it that, somebody might be asking, why is it that after importing the work into Photoshop, we have imported our 4 documents? You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, yet only one we are seeing here. Why is that possible? Why is it happening that way? This is simply because the file that we have imported into Photoshop, if you import any file into Photoshop, the one that is above all, the topmost one is what is going to show, okay? And that is the case here because this is at the top, that is what is showing. Now, if we want to see this particular one, we have to move it to the top, right? You see that it is showing, okay? Now, let us let's move it to other parts. I mean, let's move it so you can see the other documents. Okay, so you could see that after moving them to different places, I mean moving them maybe to their right places. For example, maybe let's say maybe it could be that this is how we want our work to be. It could be that we just want to make our work, I mean, show size of this team in the work. Maybe this is the particular design we are looking for, and then we are done with the design. So maybe if this is it, then that is it, fine. Then we are okay. We are good to go. So now we have imported files into our work document successfully, and this is it. So guys, in a nutshell, this is how you can import files into your work area, or you can import files into Photoshop. Thank you very much for this session, and I think in our next session we are going to talk about the move tool and its application. And until then, I'll see you.